Welcome back to the We're Not Serious podcast, where we get extremely not serious.
Where am I?
Seriously. Yeah, and so if you guys can notice, things have changed a bit around here. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So.
I already know I'm going to lose the sunglasses.
Yeah, dude. Just keep your head extremely straight this whole time and just talk into the camera. And then we'll both work on our posture because we're all hunched over like a cave troll, dude.
Dude, I'm just Smeagol from Lord of the Rings.
So sit straight up like this and just every now and then smirk at the camera. Like that.
Just smile and wave.
Just be Joe Biden.
Do you think Joe Biden...
Get him out of here. I think he's going to talk.
Do you think do you think Joe Biden knows where he is half the time?
No, Joe Biden's practically dead, dude. He is
a walking corpse.
You guys might not know this because you're young, but there's this movie. God, what's it called? It's like Weekend at Someone's House or something. I can't remember I haven't seen it in forever. That's how old this movie is. It's like 80s or early 90s. But anyways, it's like they got like a dead guy with them the whole time propped up. That's basically Joe Biden in his cabinet. Hey, it's 2024. We can make fun of him now. Okay, Trump's president. Yeah, if Kamala would have won, we would have been like the thing.
Dude,
walking up the stairs.
First president to fall going up the stairs. How come nobody helped him?
I would have
senior abuse.
I would have been terrified if Kamala Harris got it.
Honestly,
what happens if she just like decides one day, I've lost interest.
Honestly, if she would have been president, it would have been the same. The same people that controlled Joe Biden would have controlled her. You know, she was basically as what?
I don't know what she said.
I can't hear. Wait, what, Jessica? Can you say it into the microphone, please?
Wait, here, take two.
We would have to go to Mexico.
Yeah,
we would have gone to Mexico.
Look how red she's getting. And she's not even on camera.
She's so nervous. Can we just have it like? Can we put the mics up to them, have them talk, and we try
seriously, like they don't have to be in the camera. We'll just at the end, I'll like put a video of them when they're not looking.
Yeah,
just cut it in there and be like, this is them. No, or we can keep the mystique so people are like, who is the woman behind the voice?
The woman behind the voice. Treating her like she's the Illuminati.
No, there's one podcast where Jessica's so fucking baked and she's literally just standing in the back. Like, I didn't know we're podcasting, but like we rewatched it and she's just standing there looking around like, what am I doing?
Just roaming around. Just like,
yeah, you were. I think that was the podcast with me and you. The one where we had like everyone. There's like 5 people and you're watching it.
They're all behind us.
Yeah. Which one?
My mom was here too.
Yeah. Your mom was actually kind of in the podcast. She talked a lot to us. She was adding to it a little bit. She did a good job.
Unlike my girlfriend.
She's a first-time caster. She's a level 2 caster.
What?
She has 1 year sober? Oh, what? Wait, let me get the right one. Good job, Shannon Anderson, my mother-in-law, 1 year sober. We are so proud of you.
And today we're going to do something a little different. We're doing ASMR.
Yeah.
I'm not even putting them back on. I'm fucking leaving them.
Yeah, mine stay pretty good, dude.
It's because,
dude, ASMR.
These are my girlfriend's glasses, and she's got a bigger head than I do.
You guys know, like, the nails on a chalkboard? That's what ASMR reminds me of. Like, it's just technological nails on a chalkboard.
Like from the movie Jaws. In the movie Jaws, when he scratches.
Like the escape button in the corner of a keypad.
You know what? When we were at Universal, I was the side closest to the tour bus that Jaws came up on, and like all those fucking oil canisters blow up. It was hot, dude. Like that fucking you could feel the flame. I know, and like my 1 year old's in my lap. I'm like, can you guys turn the fire down, please? You said this was okay for the baby. Why didn't anyone tell me?
Why didn't anybody
we went into King Kong and we're like, what's going on?
And it's like 3D, King Kong and Jurassic Park.
Yeah, dude, he literally, so he's sitting on my lap. It gets all dark. It's like black and you can hear stuff. And all of a sudden we're like in a tunnel that's a screen on all around us, and like a fucking T-Rex is coming out our, like, mine and Azrael's side. The whole bus is moving, and Azrael just looked at it and he goes, ah! Like, and then he was, ah! Ah! I got so mad. I'm like trying to calm him down. I'm like, buddy, you're okay.
The scariest moment of my life was when I was like probably 5 years old. My grandma took me to my mom's grandma or my mom's mom.
Yeah.
Took me to Disneyland, and they had this
Your great grandma.
No, it'd be
your
my
grandma.
mom's mom.
Sorry,
Yeah,
my math's bad.
and don't worry, the math ain't mathing. But we went to Disneyland. And they had like a Bugs Life 3D like movie.
Yeah.
And the chairs had like water sprayers and would vibrate. I was like 6 years old or something. I've never experienced 3D before. My grandma and I go in there and she's like, this is going to be great. It's going to be amazing. The second they had a bug, that
giant bug
stuff. They had a bug that sprayed stuff and it sprayed water at you.
Oh shit!
I freaked out. I was not happy.
Could you imagine if this was post after your mom making bees jizz on you?
I would have been used to it.
Whole different type of PTSD.
Maybe that's why the bee jizz scared me so much.
Oh yeah, that's what he's talking.
It kills that at the beginning of the one.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, you're gonna die, Robert. It's so poisoned.
The first ride we went on when we got to Universal was the Gru, like Despicable Me or whatever. And we go in there and Gru's like threatening to like spray us with a fart gun. And fucking the girls are like, he wouldn't do that. He's a sweet. He's like, oh yeah. He squirts. And you see like we were in a room and there's like this like vent at the top and all of a sudden green like smoke puffs in. And I'm like, oh dude, they're going to put fart on me. I just got to Universal. Like this is bullshit. But it smelled like banana. So,
I know, I thought it was gonna smell bad too. I covered my nose.
Yeah, and they totally called some random dude out, like that was sitting right in front of us, and they're like, "That's the guy that farted," and like showed his face on the screen.
You know that
little public
fart
humiliation
spray canister?
Yeah,
shit. We used to go into like
bad.
Dude, we bought like 50 of them in a case at a time, and we would go into random store bathrooms when people were taking a shit, and we'd fucking break them on the ground, like in their stall.
God, this guy fucking reeks, you guys. It's this guy.
Dude, people would sit there and they'd be like, "What the fuck? Whoa!"
And this guy's like, "What did that doctor do to me the last colonoscopy?" He twisted things up. Speaking of procedures you get as an old person, Wednesday I'm going in and getting the old snip, dude.
No more children.
Yeah, no more children. So I'm gonna be a little dick infertile guy.
Don't make me spit
My
coffee
wife's
on
like,
the
I'm
mic.
gonna fucking kick your ass, dude.
Well, according to your wife, you're pretty good with your hands, so. What the fuck was this? Spare fingers. Did that like he was like a 6-year-old in a like SpaghettiOs commercial.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, fucking. So, what's the gayest thing you've done lately?
So you went golfing today.
Oh yeah, so I went golfing yesterday. I just golfed 9 holes at the greens, and I took Maddox and my mom, and I shot really well. I shot 4 over, and I wasn't taking any mulligans or anything. So 4 over 9, pretty good. It's like 8 over. That'd be a best for me. You know what I mean? All
right.
I went today with some buddies. And we got there an hour early, and me and Jessica shared 100 balls, and I was on the range. I was killing it. I fucking was every club, dude. I was fucking killing it. And the first 2 holes I did pretty good, and then I just fell apart. I had one of the worst games I've had in like a year and a half of golf. I shot a 101.
Got high.
Yeah,
and then it just dropped.
Oh, and everyone was watching me. And then one time I just was like, fuck, and I threw my club just down, like, thinking this is going to fall on the ground. Not hard. The grass was all wet. It like stuck in the grass. And I just felt like everyone was everyone was looking at me like, what a piece of shit. You see this guy's losing it out here. Karen, get the video camera.
We used to go out there with ghillie suits.
Hey, why are you doing that, sir?
We used to go out there with ghillie suits and air horns. And we'd fucking sit and we'd hide in bushes and just
he's getting ready for the backswing. Son of a bitch.
So many people would get so mad about that fact.
Oh yeah, I fucking get pissed, dude.
Oh dude, we've had people like chase us with clubs, being like, "We're gonna fucking shoot you," and we'd be running in ghillie suits, just going.
Dude, there's this fucking people that on the course that we were at today. They have like a house on the course, and their backyard is right next to where you tee off on a hole, and they're just out there fucking blaring music, and I'm like, this is not golf etiquette, you guys. Can you please turn it down? Like,
You wanted to bring your understand.
I know. I see. I'm such like a selfish piece of shit.
So it's okay when
I'll
you
play
do
music
it,
when it's
but when
okay.
other
Yeah, because
people
I got
do it,
good ass music,
I'm
dude.
pretty sure that's called like narcissism 101
Hey.
or hypocritic.
Hey, that's what my wife says too.
It's
okay, mine too.
What was that, Jessica? Do you want
I said I can't say anything or you're gonna yell at me.
to? Same. That's just marriage, dude.
Is somebody calling
almost
my
11
cellular
years to
device?
this beautiful woman.
Why is JJ calling me? Should I answer it?
Yeah, put it on speaker.
Hello.
Hello.
What up?
Really?
Doing a podcast right now.
Oh, did you guys get that permit?
Huh?
Did you guys get the permit?
Hold on. Let me take one earbud out. I can't hear you. What?
Did you go to the car meet?
I don't think it.
No. Yeah, I went to the car meet.
Did Connor ride his bike?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Yeah. he hit the drag strip on his bike.
Oh, actually?
Yeah.
Was Darian there?
No, Darian wasn't there.
You really missed out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fuck? There was no time, the fuck?
Well, I thought you were busy. You took the tow truck today. Figured you were working. he's like, I would have left. Like,
fuck.
There's another one
His
going
boss
on
is
Friday.
subscribers.
He is the boss. He owns it.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's a good feeling.
Fuck it. There's another one on Friday.
Same car meet or what is it?
It's just drag strips.
Oh, I see.
You wanna race the R1?
Yeah.
Dude, let's go on Friday after work.
Uh,
All right, later.
okay.
Oh yeah. So to the rest of our fans, Calloway, you were at a drag strip, just doing nefarious things today.
Yeah. So, I mean, like we were saying earlier, Grandpa used to own the drag strip.
Our grandfather used to own this drag strip,
Mm-hmm.
and back then it was just a couple guys and a tractor and some bleachers, I think.
well, there's a golf cart. The golf cart from like 1970 is still fucking there.
This is out in Madras, Oregon,
Mhm.
farmland. So, and there's stuff kind of around it now, but still, it's kind of out in the middle of nowhere. But back in the day, there wasn't anything for like 15, 20 miles.
We went there, and our grandfather and our dad was like the Dominic Toretto of the Madras Speedway.
Except for way less bald.
Yeah, way less bald. But everybody fucking knew us. And so we had...
Our dad would be so pissed. He's like, I'm not that ethnic.
But
I don't know.
we
He
had...
might be now because his grandbaby.
True.
He
Yeah,
looks like
true.
him.
Yeah, so let's
Like-
unpack this. What is Toretto? Like, is he like American
I have no
Islander? Is he Hispanic?
I think he's just a short white guy
He's
that's
just
buff.
Italian, dude. Just, yo,
Maybe.
fucking give me some spaghetti family.
Family.
Family Brian. I think you like Brian a little too much.
A little bit too much.
No, I shouldn't joke like that. It actually was very touching that he was that
Rip
upset
Paul
about his
Walker.
buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, that...
R.I.P.
super
Paul Walker
sad.
was dope. He's
Paul
like, I
Walker-
always imagine him being what our dad would look like if he didn't do meth.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and Paul Walker and Dad drove the same.
Yeah.
Like,
really
literally.
fast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
But,
irresponsibly.
But anyways, yeah. Anyways,
Oh, yeah, dude.
I went to the
Speaking
drag
of your
strip.
before you keep going, everyone, I'm gonna get him to send me this video. There's a video of this guy drifting, and he almost hits Calloway. I'm gonna cut it.
Oh,
in.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
my buddy.
He's like, he would.
These guys, just me from the video, don't think these guys were probably professionals. They were just dudes with cars, and it looks like Calloway almost was about to get hit. I'm like, are you? Yeah, I'm like, are you gonna move? Like that's what I'm thinking in my head.
haven't
You almost
seen
got
it.
hit, and he was like, no.
So
Yeah,
we started the day and like everybody was doing drag races. Now how it was set up is it wasn't all the old timers that are normally there. It was all the teenage kid groups like lower class, higher class, Lost Boys, etc. Chaos.
so it's just a bunch of young kids with cars, Yep.
and
a
they
flat
rented.
surf.
Yeah, they rented the drag.
Yeah,
50-50.
Yeah, they rented the drag strip. But when we got there, obviously the people that run the strip are there, and
Yeah.
they're all like, "Oh man, we're fucked. We got a Ulam on our hands," and like they're all just like giving me shit. And so I'm talking to everybody there because everybody knows who I am. And all these car groups are sitting there, and they have these slow ass cars.
yeah.
And they're just like not running times. I'm talking shit. I'm hopping in random people's cars and like asking them to drive.
Was
it.
there any wrecks?
No, there was not.
Oh, dude! Wow.
Let's go. And we did have one car catch on fire.
Oh, that's that
But
kind of.
we, So we're doing
man.
the drag races. They're pretty mellow. I'm like running around. I'm driving the golf cart. I'm lining people up and yada yada. Because I'm a Ulam.
You're almost like with that video, like in fucking Inside Reporter, dude.
Yeah.
Well, to give you a press pass.
And so we're sitting there, and after the drag strips at 7:00, there was an auction for a truck. That wasn't very cool. It was kind of boring, but it's okay. And then we did something called the Burnout Pit.
Yeah.
Now, the Burnout Pit is originally supposed to just be burnouts.
Yeah.
It got way out of hand.
Yeah, it became drifts.
Real fast. And we're sitting there and like
real fast. It fucking started out like that.
so there was like some people that had cars that could drift, and then everybody would bring like their truck in or their like Lincoln Town car on bags, fucking, and they could not get them to drift. And so I went up to all the kids that left because they couldn't get their car to drift. They're just one wheel peel. And I was like, "Yo, let me drive your car."
Yeah,
and they're like, "No, like, who the fuck are you?" And all these,
I thought this was gonna go somewhere cool. It's a pretty reasonable response.
All these,
who the fuck is this guy?
all these Mexican kids that I knew, came up to me and they're like, okay,
wait, let's do it.
No, they're like surrounding this car and they're like, no, let this crazy vato do it, dude. He's the craziest white boy I know. Like they're just hyping me up, and so I'm sitting there. I'm like, I promise you, I can get your car to fucking swing.
God, I wonder.
So I got in one
was there a
car.
kid named Casper there?
Well, no.
Oh, okay.
So I got in one car, and everybody knew I was getting in this car because nobody could get it to swing.
Yeah.
I got in this Lincoln Town car on bags.
Yeah.
And I got that fucker to swing.
Yeah.
And so then after that, everybody who tried that couldn't get their car to swing just went and found me. And they're like, dude, get my car out there. So I drove 4 random people's cars.
Yeah.
And they all were just letting me do donuts and drift around the track.
That's sick, dude.
Do everything.
That video where you almost got hit, it is fucking kind of cool, though. Like, if you would have got hit, it wouldn't have been.
Dude, I would have loved it. I could have called it.
Honestly,
would have been cooler.
In his mind, like,
work.
Let's be real. In your mind, there was a part of you that's like, I don't know if this guy can do that. This is close to me.
No, so that
He
was
running in on it.
yeah. So that you actually might.
He's
know
like
who
that
it is.
that fucking bad kid with the fireworks. Get the fuck back, dude.
He will start running in at the top.
Yeah. So fucking one, when you drift a lot, you can. When you watch somebody for a little bit, you can kind of calculate how their style is.
That makes sense.
And so I
used to do this shit when I was a teenager.
Yeah, well,
like
the kid that was in that Ranger, you probably know him. It's Colton McBride.
Oh yeah, I know Colton. Yeah,
So-
no, he was gonna when my van broke down when I blew the transmission. He was gonna come tow me for free.
Yeah.
And
So
then I just had Corey
really fast,
do it though.
these Corey with Epic.
Hazen. Yeah.
With Epic Towing.
Yeah.
I share my shop with him.
Yeah. Corey's a good guy.
He's a good dude. But keep it real fast. This drag strip and the
So you're in
donuts are
Terrebonne?
all legal. They're all legal.
So you're in Terrebonne, or does he have a shop in Redmond
he's
again?
In Redmond again.
Okay, because he moved to Terrebonne for a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I had Colton McBride. He was in that Ranger. And Colton.
So I used to Colton and his little brother Shane and their older sister
Shane was
Michaela.
there.
Yeah, but all 3 of them we used to skate with.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like they were really good buddies that I skated with for a long time. Like more Colton and Michaela, and then Shane was like the little fucker around the park, but he could shred.
Yo, yeah.
Dude, like,
especially for
and
how
then he
tall
got
he
like
is.
tall as
Like,
fuck.
he's tall
He
as
was that
shit.
tiny little fucking wigger kid, dude.
When I first
Jessica, I'm white. I can say that. She's like Robert.
it was with the W. But fucking Shane is tall as fuck. I saw him today, and his little
dude.
boy.
Yeah, he's like 6'5",
He's
dude.
fucking tall.
He's like still skinny as shit,
No, like,
dude.
yeah, well, like I was walking by.
He
and
still
I
shreds. The
haven't
fact that he can do those fucking boned out frontside airs
I
that
know.
high over coping. I mean,
fucking insane.
like Tony
well,
Hawk.
to be fair,
people,
his arms are as long as us.
people think Tony Hawk's like super tall. He's like my height, like and maybe
He's
an
like
inch
6'2",
taller.
6'3".
Yeah, like I'm about 6'1.5". So like
My mom hit
that's
Tony
not that
Hawk with
tall.
her car.
Shane's like 6'5".
My mom hit Tony Hawk with her truck once.
Dude, his mom sends me a photo of him with Tony Hawk, and I'm like, I lived in Arizona at the time, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Where's Tony Hawk? I want to see him. They're like, oh, he left. And I think I was back for the summer, though. But I'm like, what? He was at Soul Skates. He just showed up unannounced. bought a bunch of kids skateboards and stuff.
Dude,
super
it was
cool. Tony
fucking
Hawk, shout
sick.
out.
And so
But
that was the first time I met him.
He didn't know who the fuck Tony Hawk was.
And then
He's
I
like, "Who
met
is
him.
this?"
And then I met him a second time.
Have you seen the thread though? Like where it's like people are always like, "Hey, you look like Tony Hawk," and he's like, "Oh, really? I get that a lot." Like people always are like, "You kind of look like that skateboarding guy."
And he was like, no way, really?
Yeah.
No, so that was the first time I met him. I just started skateboarding, and then a couple years go by, and he came back to Bend,
Yep.
and it was a planned event that he was going to be there. And so I was like, I'm going to meet Tony Hawk. I'm going to skate with him. It was snowy. We're at an indoor skate park, Bering Skate Academy.
Yeah,
We were there.
Yeah, Bering
and
Skate Academy.
It was fucking snowy. Tony
Yeah.
Hawk was standing in the middle of the road, and my mom comes down in her Dodge, and she tries to hit the brakes, and
Yeah.
we start sliding. We slid into Tony Hawk and hit Tony Hawk with my mom's truck.
He's
And
like, "Don't worry, all my knees are bad."
yeah, well, he was really cool about it. And then I had some.
Yeah,
my
what's he
mom-
gonna do? Sue you guys
Yeah,
for
right.
money? Like,
Fucking- And then my mom left, and I had this old lady take a photo of me and Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
And she had the camera flipped to herself and took a selfie of herself being like that the whole time. And I like Tony Hawk left and everything. I like go on my phone because I'm like, yeah, dude. Because like I've met Rob Deerdeck, I've met Nigel Houston and Kiata Houston, Tony Hawk. Now I've met all of them,
Yeah.
and I
all
was
the
like,
pro skaters that I know, I like are somewhat local, and they're all just like fucking drunk thrashers. And they're like most people, if you're not in skate, you wouldn't know them. They're
You want to
just
know?
like Benji,
Yeah.
Benji Galloway
Mhm.
from fucking Ben.
Yep. And fucking Kiata Houston.
He used to tear up fucking the skate park.
Well,
Do you know who? Oh God, why can't I can't think of his name now. Redmond skater dude that was like could have been pro, and he just didn't do it. Like he quit skating. But I mean, he's like doing it back in the early thousands, and all he hard flips over the six stair and shit. And that was
I'm
a big.
trying to think
I'm
of
trying-
who that was.
Oh man, why can't I remember his name now? That's so. Jeremy Barbie.
Oh
Yeah, Jeremy Barbie.
And then I've met Monster or not Monster. Why can't I think of it? Creature.
Yeah,
I met the
Yeah,
entire
yeah, 'cause
Creature
yep.
team.
I love creature boards. They have so much
fucking-
pop.
Well,
I always snap the
loved
tails
them.
though.
I did too because I'd pop.
Then
them
I
way
flip
too
it
hard.
around because I was broken, and then I'd snap the nose.
So
Time to get a new board.
when
damn
I
it.
was doing skateboarding and I was like traveling all over for skate competitions and stuff
Yeah.
with Aspect and
Yep.
Tactics because
Yep.
they were my sponsors, and Element Wheels,
Mhm.
best sponsor ever, by
Yeah.
the way. Fucking I was broke as shit. And
Yeah.
so I'd always snap my boards and I'd get chopsticks from like Chinese places
Yeah,
and I'd put them underneath my board and I'd super glue them and then I'd duct tape my
That-
board around.
that
And
works.
It would work until you try to board slide a hand.
when I was a kid skating, it was like Street Elements and Pure were the skate shops, and Street Elements was the cool one, but it ended up that guy got busted. He was using it as a front for like a huge meth operation. Like, no, I'm not even joking. And I used to hang out there all day.
Oh my
But like
God.
they were so cool back then because like if you snapped a board and you didn't have money, they had like a bin of like boards that were like used.
Well,
that
that's
they would
what
just
Soul
give you.
Skates does
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like
Soul Skates is a cool guy.
Monkey.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
when we do the safe skates,
Mhm.
every safe skate Saturdays, and it's me and a buddy that I grew up skating with host these summer skate things. I think we did 8 last summer.
Oh,
We gave out like you never came to one of them, did you?
no, I went to one.
We gave out like fucking probably 20 boards,
Holy shit.
trucks like throughout the summer. Just we raffle off boards to all the kids there.
Yeah, no,
And we'd feed them. We did hot dogs and burgers. We did pizza. You know,
Yeah.
we had coolers full of drinks and snacks.
I miss skateboarding. I can't do it anymore. My
Well, the cool
body's
thing
too
about when
messed
we
up.
started doing that was all the old guys that like, even some older than me that were like the old guys when I was a kid in the early thousands that were like 90s skaters from the
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
They would
Cool
all come
skaters.
down and bring their kids and shred all day and take over the skate park. It was a great time, but
Oh man, that's where like my legacy of being an asshole was the skate park because I was like I got kicked out of my mom's house. I was like
Yeah.
12 years old on a skateboard.
yeah, I
And I
definitely had periods where I was an
Mhm.
asshole skateboarder.
And, well, I would like so
Get out of here, you punk!
I used to have a name called the Shoe Bandit.
Yeah,
And the reason why is I would skate And anytime somebody would snake me or get in the way, biker, scooter rider, skater, it didn't matter, whoever you were. You got in my way while I was skateboarding, I'd fight them and I'd take their shoe.
Yeah.
Like just a single shoe, not both, just one.
The shoe bandit.
And so like...
Heard it here first, folks.
Well,
they're like Porky the Pig.
And so like...
That's all, folks.
But so like everybody just hated me because I was like this 12-year-old stoned little fucking shithead that just didn't care.
See, I got taught skate park etiquette because all the older kids would beat the shit out of you. There were like, when I was a kid at the skate park, there was rules.
Well, there were still rules there, but like all the
nowadays, dude, you were like the in between where it started getting bad with little shitty kids. It was when the scooters started coming. I'm not even joking.
The ballerina
if you let your kid ride a scooter, he's disrespectful.
Yep.
I'm just telling you right now, that's disrespectful. He's got to compensate for the fact that he's riding a little kid's toy.
Well, and then on top of that, every scooter rider that I've ever witnessed, except for a few that were like actually good, that like could do like weird tricks in the air super high, like those kids are fine. But if you were like just a scooter kid and you just rode around and like jump in the air, every skater would do everything in their power to just ruin your day.
I had a guy like jump in on me and make me eat shit. And this kid was really good, Nick Twigo. And he was like doing backflips on his scooter and shit. And like, we're always cool. Like I kept my own, you know, he's a Ben kid. So he's like one of those rich kids showing up in his fucking Subaru that his parents, we're like down here starving at the skate park because it's the only place we can go.
Yep.
And so he came like rolled in on me. And then was like, I just was like, dude, what the fuck? He didn't say sorry, nothing. And he was like laughing about it, dude. And then so I like got in his face, and then he wouldn't. I like didn't want to get in trouble. I just got expelled, but I really wanted to hit this kid. I was like screaming at him, like fucking you little fucking pussy, dude. And he wouldn't fight me. And then he posted a video of it. It had like 2 million views. It was like angry skater versus chill scooter. It was one of those videos.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that
dude, we gotta put a snippet.
That dude ended up dying. So
got it.
Rest in peace, Nick. He actually was all right. I tried to fight him another time, and I actually swung on him, and his buddy like split us up, and he's like, "Dude, come on, we don't want to fight, dude. We just want to shred. Can we smoke a bowl?" And I'm like, Okay.
The skate park had.
I was like, just admit you won't fight me. So I look tough still. And you know, all that male fragile ego that we had when we were.
By the way, we're totally giving the skate park like a bad rep, like all the parents.
Oh no, it has a terrible rep. It's actually why we started doing the Safe Skate Saturdays, because I was going down there. My buddy Ivan's black. And like there was these little white scooter kids calling his kids the N-word and shit. And his wife's white, but she heard it first and she like fucking went off on them. And then Ivan took their skateboard and like was like, call your mom and I'll fucking give her your skateboard back.
It's just like, and when kids go to the skate park, they just think that there's like no rules or regulations. Like you can just do
the kids that are there every day. Yeah, I mean I remember it. But again, we had older skaters that would like. You were allowed to talk shit to each other, but like if a lady brings her kids to the fucking skate park,
you can't fuck with them.
You can't fuck with them.
Yeah, you can't.
You know, like you could fight your buddy or an enemy, you know, but you don't fuck with the people trying to enjoy the park.
Yeah,
because it was a huge privilege to get our park because it was like when we first got our park. Yeah, it was the skaters that fought for it.
Yeah,
it was one of Dreamland's first parks.
Yep.
But anyway, so that's why we started that Safe Skate Saturday. And the reviews like were awesome. Like so many people were like, "This my buddy owns a gym," and he said his a lady in there was talking about it. She's like, "I finally feel safe to bring my kids down there." So we would do one Saturday a month, sometimes two, and they would come down there, and like the park was full, dude, and no fights, no drama. We were pretty much like referees. It was,
well, the thing about skate parks is that.
We even shamed one kid was like cussing and stuff, and we were like, "Oh man, you don't got to do that. You know, you just want to be cool like us, brother."
There's like three categories of the skate park.
Yeah,
there's one, the rich kids that saw a video of a skateboarder and were like, "I want to do that," and they go to the skate park and they're super preppy and act hard because that's the skater lingo.
Yeah.
The second group are the middle group, which is like the kids that are just kind of there. They're really chill, relaxed. They don't start problems. They're friends with everybody. The final group, which is what I was in, was the kids that were like latchy kids, homeless, stoned all the time, had nowhere else to go, and were at the skate park.
See, when I was growing up, the skate park group was all those kids at one.
Yeah.
Though we were one group though.
Yeah, that's what we
like we
were
had
just-
rich kids. We had kids that
Oh,
like
we
Benji
didn't.
were homeless. Like fucking.
We didn't have rich kids. It was me and my buddy Quentin, Connor. And
We had the
Dalen.
rich kids. They were the ones
And-
that had the cars and like fucking could take us
Dude,
places and shit. Like
Me and
money
Quentin
for
used-
beer.
So
Peyton
Quentin's mom.
used to like punch people until they fucking use their money for
Well, so-
fucking weed.
Quentin. Sorry to Quentin's mom for ratting her out right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Quentin's
But
mom. Quentin's mom's watching this, dude.
But
She's
like-
got to say sorry to Quentin.
when me and Q were like fucking 2 years or not 2 years old, like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I just got kicked out of my mom's house. I just got transferred to RPA because I stole my principal's car at Bend High.
Okay.
And I got expelled. And I was in Redmond all the time. And you know my mom, she tried to keep me away from Redmond as much as she could. And so I ended up in Redmond.
I always feel like because your mom's not the only of my siblings' moms that did that. I always thought it was because I was there.
No, you're like
because
the
with
only one my
Shayla,
mom
that's
liked.
why. That's why they did, like they lived in
Really?
Redmond and they made her go to school in Bend because they didn't want her. Like that's
No,
pretty
my-
petty, dude.
My mom just
didn't want her to know
already knew that I was going to be a fuck up child. And she was like, you with a Ulam last name. is
Okay,
not
can I
good
tell you
in that
something?
one."
Maybe you were a fuck up child because your mom always knew you were going to be
Yeah,
a fuck
right.
up child.
No shit. But so like,
no offense to Calloway's mom or Calloway.
but
Willed
so
it into happening.
What?
was like-
Saying it.
What? Yeah, she willed it into happening. Yep. Jessica's calling her out. Jessica is calling her out. No, I'm joking.
But so I was like 12 years old. And I was staying with Quentin.
Yeah.
And Q and I used to give his mom a bunch of alcohol because she was a
Mhm.
drunk.
Yeah.
And we would steal her car. We're like 12, 13 years old. And we steal her car and drive down to a skate park.
Yep.
And we knew that we had about 4 hours before
Yeah.
she'd wake back up. And so we'd always bring the car back right before. But we would just go to skate park and we would just like, we would fight kids and steal their lunch money. Like it was
We were just
bad,
fucking
dude.
bullies.
There was a time.
See, when we got in fights at the skate park, we were
had to
fighting
fight
people.
people.
No, we were fighting people like you that were stealing kids' lunch money, dude.
Well,
we were
I
fighting
don't
for
know,
equality, man.
Dude,
I
we
don't know what happened to this generation.
we had because we had like the older group that was there too.
Yeah.
Like we had Zach Croft and like stuff like that. They were
It's
way
funny because
older.
those are like younger guys than me still.
Yeah, but we had all of
I'm
them.
what 12 years older than you? How old are
I
you?
think so I'm
20?
20,
Yeah, so I'm 13 years older than you.
13
Yeah.
years old. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was already skating when you were born. Like, I was
Yeah.
already at
Well,
the
so
park.
we had the older kids, and when I first got there,
Yeah.
obviously they were like, okay, like this is how the skate park goes, because I was a little shithead.
Yeah.
So they were like explaining to me how the skate park went. And I remember it was like my first day there and I
Mhm.
was skateboarding and I just like, I was pissed that they're like trying to tell me what to do because
Yeah.
I was a rebel. I was a skateboarder.
Yeah.
And the biggest fucking kid
Rebel
there,
with rules.
and the biggest fucking kid there, I just,
Don't get me wrong, the skate park was ghetto. Always.
yeah.
So, like,
But-
but
I just waited. And when the biggest kid there fell on a skateboard and he was like laying on the ground and he was laughing, I rolled up on my skateboard and I hopped off and just kicked him as hard as I could in the side of the face.
and
then
he's
I just-
treating it like prison rules.
and I just
Like,
started-
just hit the biggest
And- well,
motherfucker
and so
there, dude.
I was like, I think I was like 5'4", and this kid was like 22 years old and like big. He was a big dude, and I just waited for my opportunity. I kicked him. He was like, "What the fuck?" And I just got on top and started fucking wailing. And so
Yeah.
then from that point on, like every older kid there was just like, "Don't even fucking try with that kid. He's a dirty fighter."
You know, I was thinking about while you're telling that, I was trying to think of like something that I did that was mean at the skate park. There was a kid named Cody Amos that we all went to school with. That he was annoying. He was fucking kind of a dick, dude, to everyone. But everyone kind of was a dick to him. But everyone called him Cody Anus, and that was like the meanest thing we ever did. And but one time, some kid like fought him down there and punched him, and I felt bad for him, so I like helped him. Right, I was like, "Oh, dude, you're cool. Don't worry."
You
The
know, when I found out when people called me Big Titty Jessica, I was so fucking-
Wait, my wife just tells me her nickname was when
was
people
Jane
called me
Reed.
Big Titty
And
Jessica.
I found it out. Nicole told me.
Oh,
Remember?
who was it?
I'm not saying it exactly.
Big Titty Jessica. That's what I'm gonna start calling you.
That's not all I am.
You want to go to the room, Big Titty Jessica?
I think the craziest skate park was so my buddy Connor. He
Wait, before you do that. While we're on this, So one time I had a girlfriend in high school, and we got into this huge fight.
You pimped her out?
No, we got into this huge fight, and so I fucking spread a rumor about her. And you know how I spread it? I just called Forrest and told him. And so I just called Forrest, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, Olivia just gave me a blumpkin." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." He's like she just sucked your dick while you were shitting, and I was like, "Dude, fat shit." And then I sent him a picture of my turd.
Oh, no.
And he told everyone. By the time I got to school the next day, she
Everybody
was
was
so
like,
mad at me. She's like, "People are saying that I gave you a blumpkin," and I was like, "Yeah, it's because I told him that."
Because I started it.
Oh god, I was an asshole too.
Dude,
But I don't even remember what she did. But she pissed me off. She probably fucked one of my friends or something. Like fucking
one of our
terrible high
buddies
school
called her.
relationships.
I'll never do that.
High school relationships were literally awful.
Oh,
do you remember how
all of
terrible
them.
they were? Every
Yeah.
single one. Like somebody had to do pretty much to get your girlfriend to cheat on you was just hang out with her.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking, dude.
No,
The
everyone got
fucking-
me drunk.
the-
That's how
Jessica says everyone got me drunk. That's how it happened.
Fucking,
That's rape, Jessica.
my first girlfriend that I had.
Yeah.
So me and her were dating, and when we broke up, it was because we argued all the fucking time over like the dumbest shit. Because
Oh,
I was like, I
you
want
guys
to
were
go to the skate
introspective,
park.
yeah.
I was like, I want to go to the
We're just gonna make it work for the kids.
And so we argued all the time, and
Yeah.
we broke up. A week later, I went to jail, and we were going through my Instagram messages, and we found them,
Mhm.
and I literally like read it, or maybe it was with Dalen at the shop. Maybe you weren't there.
Now she's like,
Okay.
"What the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about your ex-girlfriend for,
Well, we-
dude?"
we were
I'm
going-
gonna kick your
Dude,
ass. Look
I
at,
don't even wanna
she's got
hear
the
it.
fucking
She was-
evil
she was
eye.
hanging
dude.
out with my ex.
She's looking for sharp objects as we speak. Jessica's like, "I'll show you where they are."
you gotta
We-
look on your phone, dude.
I was just like scrolling through all my unread messages, and I found one from like 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, I never read this.
Yeah.
And I opened it, and it was like right when Dad died.
Mhm.
And the message, I just went to jail. I was in jail when she sent the
Oh,
message.
wait, I do
And it
fucking
said, yeah, and it
Sorry,
literally
you're in
said-
jail and your dad's dead.
That's literally what it was. I was sitting there because I went to jail when I was 15.
You won't see this
So-
until after his funeral
So
and you get out.
I literally sat there, and it said, "I know that things are really rough right now, and I'm sorry that we broke up, and I know you're not going to see this until you get out of jail, but I'm really sorry
Called
about your
it.
dad's loss."
Hey,
And, like,
you
just
know, the
accepted
days
that.
may change, but the women stay the same.
Well, and I'm sitting there.
All
and
the girls in
like,
here are like, "Fuck you guys."
yeah, for real. Well, I'm sitting there, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, dude, you know how fucked up it is to have to text your 15-year-old boyfriend in high school? I'm sorry that we broke up and your dad's dead and you're in jail right now.
Yeah.
But I hope you're gonna do better.
Well, to
like,
be
that's so
to
fucked.
be fair, I
Like,
feel
it was not even like.
to be fair, I feel like that'd be a
Weird
tough.
way to
She
say
did
it.
not say do better.
I mean, I
No, but
I
she
feel,
meant it,
I
for
feel
sure.
like that would just be a tough conversation at any age, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
sorry, you're in jail and your dad's dead.
good luck.
The truck got repossessed, also.
And I'm taking the kids.
But I'm leaving the guitar, so write an album, a country
Fucking-
album.
Take me out of jail today.
Just got out of jail, and my girl left with my truck.
The bank says I owe money on it.
The only thing I got left is this sack of crack. It's got a needle in my arm, and I'm laying right back with my head cocked up, and I think I'm on crack.
Can we screw the podcast? We're gonna become country singers.
Yeah, seriously.
That's what we're doing.
That will be as good as Eminem as a Christian rapper.
As a Christian right? Dude, I'm gonna,
Did you
I'm
hear
gonna
that?
sit there.
Eminem released a Christian rap song.
No way.
Yeah, it's actually kind of good. I mean, it's pretty powerful.
She's-
Yeah, he really did it
She's
with
good.
with
Google it. Google it.
with. Okay, but we can't play
Yeah,
it.
don't play it, 'cause
because
then we'll get copyright.
We'll get sued by Eminem.
And I do not.
Which,
I
honestly,
know
that
he-
might be pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, sing the po-
I'd frame it like Eminem sued me, dude.
Then there's the off chance you have to see it in public or like in court or something.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yo, no, he would just send his ex-wife in his place to court. We get fucked. We get the Kim
Oh,
treatment.
dude, yeah, fuck
The
that.
Kim treatment. Oh, dude, yeah. So, what do you guys think about Iran?
I, That was a fucking turn. It's like Eminem released a Christian hit song. What do you think of Iran?
Yeah, and
How do you like the bombing?
He's like, I'm just patiently waiting for God to take me to heaven, but I keep sinning and I don't know why.
Fucking the Iran thing is crazy.
Yeah, well, I think that they signed peace.
Yeah, they did. So we're not going to World War III.
Okay, so this whole thing is crazy. Trump had like a 2-3 week period where he just kept winning. Like when Iran and Israel were bombed, it wasn't looking good for him. But then he got on national TV and he kind of told Israel, like, what the fuck? Like, you make me look bad in front of my daughter's wedding. Come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding. But yeah, so he got them to sign peace. They called bombs back. They haven't been attacking.
Well, they gave them a
but doesn't
like a 2-week peace period.
Peace in the East means that the end of times is coming.
If nobody fires a missile at each other for 2 weeks, then it's done.
I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I get.
Okay, you don't do it for 2 weeks. You don't do it for 2 weeks. War's just over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, why can't you just get along? No one's taking your land. They want to take each other's lands. Actually, I really don't think Israel wants their land. I think Israel just wants to be Israel. But, there's Palestinians there too. So they're struggling with that. The thing is, Israel is like, you kind of have to be Jewish to be there. Kind of have to be Muslim to be in a Muslim. Yeah. That's why I'm so glad.
So I could go to Israel.
Yeah, Jessica's 1% Jew, dude. She's got that Jesus blood in her. That's why I bred with her, dude. My kids are not Gentiles.
Your kids are now 0.25%.
Yeah, we can observe Passover in the temple.
Dude, I'm pretty sure my kid, when I have a kid, is gonna just be an absolute hellraiser. If it's a girl, I already know she's gonna be a manipulative little shit. Or
she's just gonna be like Shelby and be like a really good kid because her dad's a crazy dumbass. Wait a minute. Like our sister.
How did Shelby be like the only one that just like was not just fucking insane? All the siblings.
Shelby is insane. She's just insane in different ways, dude. She's very OCD and fucking meticulous, and she does not like to get dirty, and she's insane about those. They're like rituals, kind of like like her poor husband literally works for like the Forest Service or something in the woods, and they can't go camping because she will not sleep outside.
So every year we do it.
She did say she's kind of coming around to it though. She did say she could do trailer camping.
Yeah. So every year, as you know, we
love my sister. She's a good lady.
Sister? She's my sister too.
I'm just telling. I was speaking for mine. I can't say. Yeah. It'd be weird if I was like, I love our sister. I guess that doesn't sound that weird. Now that I said it out loud, it's kind of normal.
Just think about it back because you make jokes about it.
Like every year we do our dad's camping trip, and Shelby is the only one that doesn't come.
You know what's just crazy?
It's outside in the woods.
I only went camping with our.
Holy shit! It is in like 2 weeks.
Yeah. I'm getting my balls snipped next week, and then we're going camping the following week.
And then
Let
me check my calendar.
It's the 24th.
Yeah, let's tell everyone the exact location. Do you know what's crazy? I looked at the analytics. Of this, and we have fans in the UK too.
No way.
Yeah, I know they watched. I don't know.
You don't know they subscribe.
Yeah, I think it was like 2% of our viewership. But,
most of it in the U.S.?
Most of it's U.S. We did add more age. It was like only people from their 30s to late 30s, early 40s. Now we have from 18 to 40.
Well, it's probably because all the 18-year-olds clicked on it, and they're like, these kids talk about drinking and drugs and fucking random shit. And
they're like, dude, these guys are our idols, man. I want to be just like them. They're still watching. 5% of our viewership's in Canada.
Fuck
which I assume it's the boys. Hey, boys.
Yeah. That are ones that are like, look at these fucking Americans.
Canadians are sick. I've always had good encounters with them at NASCAR.
I've never met a Canadian.
So our dad at NASCAR once, we met these Canadians and we were really drunk, and they didn't like each other's hats. Like he had a Kyle Busch hat and he had a Brad Keselowski. I don't know who it was, and basically they made a bet and they flipped something. And if he won, My dad got $20 and he got to throw the guy's hat off the top of the bleachers, which are like fucking 7 stories tall. Like they're fucking huge. At least it felt like that because I was drunk. But yeah, he the rest of the trip, he's like, those Canadians are so nice.
Canadians are so nice.
Yeah, but
I've never met a Canadian, but I've been told that they are very nice.
yeah.
Like
Maybe
they
not
say-
the native Canadians. I mean, not that they're not nice, but they might not like us white people
Yeah.
that much. I wouldn't blame them.
I mean, neither.
But
We're assholes.
don't blame me because I don't live in Canada. So, yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But fucking.
And I married a fairly native lady. So I'm bringing it back in the bloodline over here. You know, we're just trying to repopulate, make this your land again.
What?
Well, I guess she's a little more
She's not-
south of the border,
Yeah.
but she's native still, though.
All over.
But your ancestors had to, according to the science, migrated across the land bridge and slowly came down through Alaska, through the Americas, down to Central America.
You also ended up in Washington somehow. So somewhere along those lines, you ended up here.
Yeah, so I think most of her uncles live in Washington, all except for one.
You're native?
Well, she's native Mexican.
Okay, I thought-
like the native.
okay.
They're still natives,
Yeah.
but it's just
Well, I
it's
thought you were
weird.
talking about like native Indians.
They're still technically Native Americans. I feel like because America's a continent, right? And they're native to the continent, so they're Native Americans. But when you say that, people think like Chippewa or Choctaw or Paiute.
Dude,
or something.
I have no idea. I skipped school and
maybe
smoked
you
weed.
know.
I don't know.
Oh shit! Yeah, I know.
I barely know what 2 + 2
So I
is.
think last time I told you I've been watching the Civil War by Ken Burns. I heard it on Matt and Shane's podcast. I always talk about it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking check this thing out. And so I've been watching it. And Jessica gives me shit. My family they keep talking shit about it.
You're a fucking nerd.
And yeah, dude, it's fucking, have you ever watched World War II in color?
No.
It's fucking World War II video, but it's in color, dude.
How?
It's like they fucking colorized it. I don't know. They're fucking smarter than me, but they did it.
No shit, we're out here doing a podcast.
It turns out he was white. Hitler was white. So that one's on us. Sorry, guys.
Wrong race.
But again, my wife's 1% Jew, so bringing it back.
Yeah, I would.
But
I feel like this is a really touchy subject right now.
oh no, dude! Like, haven't you seen the Palestinian protests? Like, everyone's like, "Get over it, Jews." It's fucking Egypt all over again, dude.
It's Egypt all over again.
Yeah, no.
Fucking
You know
hell.
what though? So I watched this Jewish guy talking about how it's weird that like Muslims and Jews don't believe in they believe in the same God and they fight so much, but like their Jews are more different from to Christians than they are to Muslims. And he's like, but we get along with the Christians perfectly, but we're so similar and we fight. And I kind of like, fuck you guys. Our God and Lord and Savior is a Jew. we kind of believe in you guys. And then I was like,
kinda believe in you
Christians,
guys.
why are we standing up for Israel? Fuck these guys.
Fuck these guys.
No, not seriously. Please don't audit me or something.
We're not serious.
If you talk bad about Jews, you get shut down. That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah, and that's what in Hollywood. I guess we're not in Hollywood though.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they run the world. That's what everyone says.
Yeah, well, isn't like Jewish the biggest religion in the world? Almost?
Ooh, I don't know. I
I'm
don't know.
pretty
you
sure-
know, you know who's just chilling? The Hindus and the Buddhas, dude. Like
Yeah, they don't
there's,
have problems anywhere.
Zen.
Well, they just sit in
They
there.
have no problems
they sit
except
in
for
the temple.
dysentery and
Yeah, they just sit in the temple all day and meditate.
yeah, do cool karate fucking kicks and shit, dude.
Be able to take a fucking drill to the face. Have you seen that shit?
No, they
turn
just
power
yeah.
drills on. Ugh, they're not human.
Yeah,
They're
not human, dude. They're building
They're-
secret weapons. They're gonna they're just waiting for their moment to attack.
Yeah, right. They're waiting
Let
for
all
the
these
world-
white people blow half the world up, and
They're
then
just
we're
in
coming
there.
in.
They're just in there and they're like,
Dude,
wait for World War III, brother.
you notice it's a lot of Europe and fucking America fighting wars and stuff, and the Middle East. That's
why
that's
can't we just all
Eastern
get
Europe,
along?
right?
Yeah.
Why? Because fucking people, money, dude. We created them. Wouldn't it be nice if everyone just got food? Like you got assigned a job and everyone got the same shit.
Mhm.
We'd just be
Or-
communists.
yeah.
But even communism, in school they taught us that communism, in theory, it sounds like the thing that would work the best. And honestly, problem is the reason it doesn't is because people are fucking selfish and greedy.
They want more.
And so somebody always ends up with more. Someone always ends up suffering.
Yeah.
And
It's just-
capitalism's not much better, but I think it's a little better.
The only way for the world to really be happy
Mhm.
is if everybody just didn't have to buy stuff. Like money is
Yeah.
the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Like it really is.
Yeah.
Because like I know some kids that are the biggest assholes because they have mommy and daddy's money.
Oh yeah.
And they're just like, oh, I'm better than you. My daddy's got a cool car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my daddy was on FBI most wanted list. So fuck you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I'm always like, and look how good I turned out.
but then I got like my buddy JJ who owns the tow company.
Yeah.
Me and him, we're best friends. He like I don't give a
Where
shit.
are you guys are?
We are.
We are,
Like,
okay.
I don't give a shit about it. Like I love my other friends obviously, but like fuck you guys. JJ's on top. Like
Yeah.
he's number one. And we became.
You guys heard it
friends.
here first. We used to do it on MySpace, but this is podcast
This is
official.
podcast
They're
official.
best buds, dude.
But fucking the thing that made us best friends is that one, we both kind of grew up in broken homes. We were both shitheads.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, we actually had a lot of beef. Like, we hated each other.
Yeah.
Until one day we both got motorcycles and we're like, dude, we have no riding buddies because everybody wants to fight us. Let's fucking ride.
Yeah.
And we went riding. And the thing that made us
And
best
that was the
friends-
gayest thing you've ever done.
Yep.
fucking,
But what made us such close friends is that I had money to buy Little Caesars pizza and we were riding.
yeah.
And I was like, do you have money to buy pizza? And
Mhm.
he was like, fuck no, dude, I'm broke. I just bought a bike. No.
That was a
And so
a huge deal for poor kids when you
Well,
had money for food.
yeah, it was. And so I spent the next hour.
Yeah.
I refused to buy food without me being able to afford him food. And I only knew him for like 3 days.
Yeah.
But I found money and ended up buying us both food. But like that was the difference is that the poor kids,
Yeah.
we were friends because all the rich kids
Yeah.
that we knew wouldn't
You know,
share.
there are studies that show that poor people do give more.
Really?
Yep. I see my own personal studies, just as a plumber, it's always the fucking poor people that are struggling to pay the plumbing bill that like tip me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And the
Well,
rich people are the ones that are like trying to take money off. Like,
Mhm.
oh, well, you did stink. Like, so
just-
I want $10 off.
They don't
Uh,
say anything about your podcast.
I just think of what's that fucking the guy that he's an actor and he's just like, oh, on tires. He's in there and he's just like, well, I want free stuff. Like, you guys are taking 20 minutes too long. Give me something free. What about that? Give it to me.
Well, it's just like when you're poor. I'm not sure how many viewers are poor or wealthy or not. And don't get me wrong, I've met really nice, very generous, wealthy
Yeah, we don't
people,
hate
too.
the rich.
Yeah,
You know, in fact, sometimes we wish we could hang.
yeah, yeah, for real.
You guys
But,
scoop us up in a limo or your fucking jet boat.
But like our friend group, there was like two classes. There was the kids that were.
I've
always
noticed you
getting
like to
kicked
put
out.
things in classes.
Yes, there was. Well, half of us were always kicked out of our house, starving, wouldn't eat for like 2 or 3 days, and then the other half was like, "Mommy and Daddy love me, but I'm gonna smoke weed and hang out with these fuck ups anyways."
Okay.
And so we had that kind of friend group. And the thing that I've noticed is that the kids that were always starving, all of us are doing way better than
Yeah.
the kids that we hung out with that had money.
Yeah, I got a lot of buddies that grew up with more money than me. I wouldn't. Some of them grew up with a lot. Some of them grew up with just a little more, but they had more that struggle more now. You know, I feel like I built myself in spite of my parents, like because I didn't ever wanted to do everything that they did.
Yeah,
Like like my parents were redneck and like. You know, hunting, fishing. I was like the everything, and I was like, I want to skate. And then I like went to college and wanted to do sports. And like my parents, when I was in high school, I just signed myself up for sports, like and did the scholarships and stuff. And my parents rarely came to any of my games, even not. They were just always hunting or doing something with horses and shit. And I'm just like, yeah,
Sounds like
dude.
my mom. My mom loves horses.
So like, so I kind of ended up completely different, but at the same time. Just like them, just a different version.
Well, that's how I feel. So like
now my kids are those rich kids that are gonna turn into assholes. No, I'm just kidding.
fucking
No,
well,
I'm not rich. We're barely we make it by.
I feel that. But like my mom, she was all about nature and going out and doing all that stuff. And I mean, you know my mom, she's a nature freak. She can look at a random bird.
She's
and
like, this
know it.
rock speaks to me.
Yeah.
Do
My
you
my
see this?
uncle, my
Did she ever
uncle
do that?
used to
Timmy's mom is a rock hunter. So like she would get so fucking excited out in the desert. She'd find like rocks or something. Oh my God, Timmy, look at this. Look at this.
My mom.
Do you see this, Robert?
My mom
It's a
used
fucking rock.
My mom can hypnotize chickens.
Yeah,
Yeah, she can hypnotize chickens.
that's pretty. Oh, I've actually seen that. It's like it's pretty easy.
It's really easy.
Yeah, my dad can do that too. Not our dad.
Well,
my dad that raised me.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say because Dad was scared of chickens.
Yeah, he was terrified of them.
Terrified of chickens.
Which is we got my dad. So our dad was at my dad's house. Like they were getting fucking hammered one night. Yeah, that was my two dad. I was like, look at what my dad sent me. All my friends were like, God, dude, your dads are so gay. He was hoping, like, what do I do? What do I do? Well, it's moving.
It's moving. Fucking, I love that. That's one of my favorite videos of Dad.
Yeah,
is that chicken video.
Yeah, no, it was cool to see because like they were fighting over who was my dad most of my life, and then they became like best. But once I was grown, they're like, we did it. We can have a beer now. Well, honestly, it just took once our dad was done doing drugs and stuff, he changed a lot.
Yeah,
but when he was early in his addiction, he's a young tweakers are.
I wish I got to see the version Dad of him not high on drugs. I've only got that version for like maybe 30 minutes to 2 hours tops.
Next thing you know, you're getting shot at.
Yeah, that was a good adventure. Fucking was at Jill Newman's house. She was my neighbor, and she was like, "You look like somebody I know when they were a kid." And I was like, "What's his name?" And she was like, "Robbie Elam." And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's my dad." And she was like, "Really? One second." And she went and called Dad, and she was like, "I have your fucking kid at my house. Like, fucking get over here."
And he's like, "Which one?"
Yeah, literally. Well, so we're fucking sitting there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm on my way." And so all of a sudden, I hear, just like his big F-350 he had.
Yeah.
And he
hated Fords, but he drove a lot of them.
Yeah, it's because they're cheap.
Yeah.
But so he pulls
hear that, Jessica? We got a Chevy.
And yeah, you guys are fancy.
Dude, yeah, his girlfriend just got a brand new F-150.
Yeah, like a $50,000
Ford suck.
truck.
Oh, sorry. I like Fords.
I have a fucking.
Oh, she's like, at least my shit's not stuck. She's talking shit now, dude.
Wait, stock? The fuck are you talking about?
Could be worse.
My F3 shitties got fucking $15,000.
I bet you anything. My box van's got a bigger motor.
Bullshit.
It does have a bigger motor. It's just not very fast.
We're racing.
Yeah, you'll beat me. My box fan weighs. It's a 20-foot box fan.
Well, my 6.0 Power Stroke.
I'm just fucking. I should bring it out there and drift it, dude. It would fucking tip over.
My 6.0 Power Stroke that I got.
Yeah.
We dynoed it at 680 to the wheel.
Yeah.
And then I was doing a tow, and I fucking blew the truck up, and that's why I got that Toyota Corolla.
This is so typical of car guys. They're like, we pushed the car to its max, and then a week later it blew up, and we have no idea why.
No, I know why. It's because
fucking fixed shit with my dad. Then 2 days later, or that day, we'll test drive. He's like, I can't floor it. And then 2 days later, he's just fucking romping on it, and I'm like,
yeah.
I get pulled over in that truck so much. Not only does every officer here know our dad, but I have been arrested a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
And so they all know me. And so I used to swap cars.
I like coach sports against cops that used to arrest me when I was a teenager and stuff.
And you're like, get fucked.
No, they all like shake my hand and say what's up.
All the cops look at
one
me.
of the cops, Officer Kirk.
Yeah.
You know, Officer Kirk.
I know.
So
he's arrested me.
Officer Kirk, when he first started, he was like 21 years old. He was like young, and we were like 13 at the skate park, and he was a bike cop. So he was a bike cop that would roll around and give us helmet tickets. And that was when Eric Beckwith was like the youth cop, like he did the teen court and shit. And now Eric Beckwith like runs the fucking this detective shit. Like he's the one doing the big drug bust. And Officer Kirk's like a fucking like pretty high up in the police.
I know that cop.
Eric Beckwith.
I went to school with.
Yeah. Dude, all those guys knew us by names because they watched us from the skate park become into like offenders.
Yeah, straight up. Well,
not sexual. Except for I did piss on a bar building one time, and I got cited for urinating in public.
Really?
But they dropped it because I was underage drinking in the bar, and the bar got shut down. So
I had a fucking indecency exposure charge for
I just imagine you in a trench coat.
Well, I was at Walmart. I was at Walmart in my trench coat. No, I'm joking. But we're at Walmart, and like that's a bonfire meetup spot. It's the back of Walmart.
Oh, is that
And
where it's
I
at
was-
now?
Yeah, and I was.
Or is that where it
fucking-
was when you were doing it?
No, it's in
Still
that area.
back of
yeah.
Walmart.
Well, it's Marshall's
They're
now.
getting clever.
but
We just
still.
met up at the high school.
But so I was,
Eric Beckwith? Yeah.
Yeah. but I was super drunk, and I had my white F-350, and I just bought it.
He used
'cause
to
I
have no facial hair and like slick back hair.
And yeah, but
Hopefully he's watching this. What's up, Becky?
but I was in the back of Walmart, and I was like super drunk, and I was like, "Fuck, dude, I gotta pee really bad, but Walmart's closed. I don't want anybody to see me though." So I opened my door
Yeah.
to like pee in
Hide it.
between my
Yep.
door, and a fucking cop rolled up, and he was like sitting there, and luckily for me,
He's
dude,
like, I just whipped it out.
no, literally, he pulls in, and like everybody's doing burnouts, getting all rowdy because they're about to go to a bonfire, and all of a sudden I hear, whoop, whoop, and I was like, what the fuck? And so I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh, come on, finish. And fucking, he comes in, dude, he comes in, finish. He comes in and he's
How
like,
many strokes does it take?
no, and he's how many strokes does it take to get the white? But fucking, he comes in, and he not even looks at anybody else and goes on the microphone. He's like, Calloway, you love him.
We got a little dick out here.
What are you doing? And I scream back, and I'm like, I'm fucking
Step
peeing.
back slow.
And I was like,
Shake
I'm
it
fucking
twice.
peeing.
Anymore.
Oh my god! And so he gave me a citation for indecency and exposure. I had no idea that it was illegal to do that until.
Yeah.
And
I
then
feel like common sense.
Yeah, well, I see if it would have been me, he would have been like, actually, never mind, I'm not going to cite you.
You can't see
You're
it
good to
at
go,
all.
dude.
and then the
That's not that big of an offense.
the scariest arrest I've had was when I went to jail when I was 15.
Mhm.
And when we got pulled over, there was 4 of us: a driver, me in the passenger seat, and 2 people. No, there was three people in the back. When we got pulled over,
They're like, we hate odd numbers.
dude. But we got pulled over, and we had, because they had cops checking every single entrance and every single road. I'm not going to disclose what I did, but we had a SWAT team rip us out of the cars pretty much with guns held. And we're fucking sitting there, and they pull us over, and we pull over, and we're like, dude, we got this. We can get away. We're just going to play dumb. Like, we're good. Cop didn't even get out. Just immediately was like, hands out the window. So we put our hands out the window. Now, where we stopped the car is on Bear Creek Road. And now Bear Creek Road is like this, and then it drops into a fucking like field. And so we pulled over, and we're like diagonal like this. All the cop cars roll up. There's like 15 cop cars there. They got dogs. They got guns out. And they're making us get out of the car one by one, open the door outside, and blah, blah, blah. Them pitting us on the ground and arresting us. I was the last one to get out. And I'm fucking sitting there, and they're like, passenger front, step out of the vehicle with your hands in the air, open the door with your hand outside, and blah, 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 running you through the thing. And I get out, and I start walking backwards, and I got my cowboy boots on with my spurs.
Yeah.
And I'm walking backwards, and I fucking trip on my spur,
Yeah.
and I start leaning back, and all of a sudden I just hear, and I just everybody's gun raise up, and I was like, it went in slow motion of me falling backwards. I was sitting there, and I was like, I'm really gonna fucking get shot right now by like 20 police officers.
Yeah.
And then I finally get, like, I'm good, I get booked, and fucking everybody is just coming up with the most bullshit story while they're questioning us in separate cop cars.
Oh, yeah.
And
Spinning the webs,
for
dude.
some reason,
The web of lies.
dude, for some reason, I was the only one that was like, I want to talk to a lawyer. So we finally get there, and they hand us the classic fucking coffee cup trick to get your fingerprints.
Yeah.
Right? They hand us that.
Well,
and-
they can just fingerprint you, too.
Yeah, they can, but normally they try and
If
fucking
they're
get
booking
'em.
you for something. Where
Well, they didn't book us. They were interviewing
They're
or interrogating us.
Mhm.
And so they put the cups out, and everybody's like grabbing the cups, and I'm like, I'm not touching that. And they're like, Why not? I
Like,
was like, I'm
this
not
kid's
touching
on
that.
fucking meth.
It's like-
He's
I was like, I'm not touching that.
like watching too many cop shows.
And so I finally, like, after I finally got out, all the officers that were there that would watch us and let us out of our cells and stuff, they said that I was their favorite kid because I was the only one that was nice to them and didn't try and fight them.
You're like, I'm not fucking talking to you guys at all. They're like, we like this guy.
Yeah, they're like, this kid doesn't fucking say anything.
Dude,
I sat in my cell and I read the book. I just
Yeah.
read a book all day.
last time I was in jail, there was a half a book.
Did you just half a book?
Yeah, it was the end, the back half. I don't even remember. I don't even know what book it was. I read it, but yeah, I couldn't tell you a thing about it. So what'd you guys do for 4th? By the way, happy 4th of July and anniversary of our great country.
What?
So we got like, what, 30 minutes?
What did we do for the 4th?
An hour and 4 minutes.
You worked on your
Perfect.
car, we watched fireworks, and then I got drunk and passed out on the couch.
Yep, those were our
This is
4th.
what she said. She said, you worked on your car, we watched fireworks, and I got drunk.
And passed out on the couch.
passed
I
out.
had sushi.
Oh,
Sushi.
we did go on a sushi date.
Was that a throw up afterwards?
No,
Oh, good.
it's actually we've been eating sushi a lot, actually.
I hate sushi. Don't talk about it.
Really?
It's disgusting.
I hated sushi,
So-
but the only thing I like is California rolls.
Yeah, I don't know.
I only like California.
Yeah.
Well,
so
so-
Jessica, one time, she was like, when we first got together, she's like, I love sushi, and
Will
so
loves them too. We went to sushi for her birthday, and he just like shoved the whole thing in his mouth, and he wanted more, and he had like 4 of them, dude.
yeah. So Jessica,
This is what I ate.
Jessica said she loved sushi, so I hate like even Chinese food really, except for orange chicken, and so I was like,
that's freshwater eel.
so I booked this really fancy sushi restaurant that we had just worked on.
Huh?
Isn't that what killed?
So it was a stingray.
The Stingray.
No, that was a stingray that killed
Oh, Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those fucking things.
Dude, we should have just
About to
put
catch these hands,
Dude,
brother.
we should have put fucking Steve
I'll eat
Irwin
a stingray.
in a
Fuck
war.
them.
We should have put him in a war. Do you know
Yeah,
why?
there's probably a cult.
Well, no, because Steve Irwin,
Praise Steve
He was a crocodile
Irwin.
hunter, right?
What?
he was a crocodile hunter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should have put him
Did he
in a
die
war.
before? What year did Steve Irwin die?
I
That's
think,
his name.
What?
I think like 2007.
Dude, I literally just said his name 5 times.
We've been talking about him this whole time.
When did he die?
I'll look it up.
Rest in peace to the motherfucking OG Steve Irwin.
Well, we
Steve
fucking.
Irwin.
September 4th, 2006.
Oh, I
Oh.
said 2007.
Wow.
Yeah. When were you born?
04.
Damn,
I
dude.
found out that I
You
had
don't even
that.
remember Steve dying?
Well, but I've
That was
seen videos.
that was my childhood. We used to get his show and we would watch it on, like, our whole family would sit around the TV and watch it and eat chili.
Well, hear me out. We should have sent him out to war because he's like, he would have sat there and there would have been like an Akeda or something, and he would have been like, "That's the most dangerous thing in the country. One wrong move and they'll shoot me.
Look at
I'm
this.
a poke him with a stick."
Yeah, it's
Like,
like,
it's
he's,
fucking
all,
just-
he's all jumping on some fucking Muslim terrorist. I
Like,
got him.
I got him.
He's trying to get away. He's not gonna.
I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
Say, she'll calm down. Just let her. Just hold on to her for a minute. She'll let go.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah, that guy was a legend, dude.
yeah, he was a
Yeah.
legend.
You know, his wife was from Oregon.
Really?
Yeah, his wife was from Oregon.
How the fuck did she get all the way over there?
Oh, she just went a little down under. She never came back, if you know what I mean.
You mean like down under? What?
Oh. Steve's like, oh, isn't she a beaut?
This is one of the most
You know
dangerous
what?
creatures
I think I'm
on
going to
earth.
marry this one.
Her eyes just put me in a trance.
You see how she opens real wide right there? She's
And you
trying to assert her dominance.
And you see how she's using no teeth? That's proper tactic.
Proper.
right
They're
there.
proper. She's gentle. She doesn't want to get too rough, mate.
Otherwise, it'll be bad news.
Bad news for everyone. Sorry, Steve. We love you.
Oh, we're
Steve,
yep.
Mr. Rogers. Who else are like just lovable icons?
What's his name?
Joe from Blue's Clues.
No, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Yeah,
oh, that was
but
sad.
Robin Williams also had a little more of the dark side too. Like he wasn't just a, like a lovable figure. Like
That's all I ever saw him as.
I know because her parents didn't let her watch PG-13 movies. When I married her, she had never seen Forrest Gump.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like,
Mom will
I was
give me
like-
a box of
we watched that
chocolate.
once a year in school. How did you not watch it? She's like, my mom signed my permission slip to not watch it. And I'm like, that was the best day at school. Why did you
Yeah,
want to miss
what the
it?
fuck? That was like when Christmas came around. You got to watch Polar Express and drink hot chocolate. All?
Yeah, you know, I didn't like Polar Express
I did not
when
either.
it came out. I'm like, this is fucking weird, dude.
That's good.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
well,
Terrifying.
yeah,
well,
yeah.
it was a first. It was a first
I was like,
movie.
Mom, is this for R?
It was the first movie that they did in that like CGI style for that time.
Yeah.
And so it was like
There
that
was
movie was
this,
fucking weird.
there was this movie that my parents, like, we were just talking about this. We had Netflix before it was a streaming service. You guys probably don't remember this. It was a website and you would rent movies. And, and Netflix would
like
send you
Redbox.
movies. Yeah, kind of, but it was before Redbox. It was Netflix. And fucking, my parents got this movie. It was like not Cabin in the Woods. It was like some movie where these kids were all going to a cabin in the woods. And they were like,
Oh, is it the one
they
with
were
the
all, like,
scientist?
banking. No, it's not that one. That's
Okay.
like a spin-off of like the Evil Dead movies, kind of. But it was like a legit one. They all got like a disease and their skin started peeling off, and like they got it because they were all
Can we
banging
watch
each other.
that?
It was fucking terrifying, dude. I was like 10 and like, oh, is that what herpes is?
Is that what herpes?
Like fucking. That's why you never do it rough.
Fucking. Oh, what was it? The weirdest thing for me is when you're watching a movie that you watched when you were a kid and the CGI when you're a kid looks so good.
Yeah.
And now you're like an adult and you rewatch it.
Yeah, and you're like, it ruins it for you. You're like,
and
God,
you're-
this movie, because I'm always going to show my
Like
kids.
Spy Kids.
Yep.
Yep, Spy Kids.
Well, I was on the older end, so I knew it kind of looked cheesy, but I definitely thought it looked better than it does
or
when
like
I rewatch
Lava
it.
Boy or Lava Girl and Shark Boy.
I never really got into that because I was a teenager. And
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I was a kid, so like
I
that,
was
those
like-
movies.
The last Spy Kids movie, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm over this now. The first one, though, when it came out, I fucking loved it. I was like, this is fucking finally something for me.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Yeah,
this is going to be a
and
big
then
day.
and then you watch them when you're older and you're like, holy fuck, I'm pretty sure I can see the green screen moving behind them.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I'll be like, I'll tell the kids, I want to show you a movie. This movie rocked my world when I was a kid.
I can't wait to do that when I
And
have
then I
kids.
show it to the kids, and they're like, "The fuck is this, dude?" Like,
Where's
look
the
at
explosion?
look at you can tell that's fake.
You can
Fuck
tell.
you guys, you little assholes.
Dude, it's like you can see the wires.
Well, we just watched The Mummy though, and they did like it.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Well, the Mummy didn't have many CGI things, except for the ones that like bugs.
Yeah,
were,
the
like,
bugs,
yeah,
and like when it's going up his
up his
body,
fucking
that's
body.
pretty. For the CGI,
Dude.
looks not as good as I remember.
Okay, when I
But-
was a kid, that scene fucking freaked
So
me
when we were at
out.
Universal,
What are those?
they had the Mummy, the Revenge of the Mummy ride, and I remember when I was at Universal when I was 10, it was like the brand new ride there. It was like the big attraction was the Mummy ride, and we did it with the kids, and it was still fucking fun and awesome. But there's this one part, you know, when you're talking about like them squirting you with water and shit,
Mhm.
where it feels like the scarabs are like running across their feet in the roller
Oh,
coaster.
I would hate that.
Like it fucking kind of creeped me out, but that's a fun ride. It's pitch black and it just shoots you really fast and then back really fast. It's fucking weird.
Fucking my favorite ride at Disneyland was the Indiana Jones ride.
Yep, Indiana Jones is a good
fucking-
one.
Well, and I watched those movies.
It was
too.
down. It was down when we were at Disneyland
Oh, that
2 years
ride's
ago.
So good.
Yeah, it's a good one. So was
Space Mountain.
no Splash Mountain. Which
Splash Mountain?
now is.
Did you know
the
they're taking
Princess-
it down?
No, they didn't take it down. They like redecorated it basically, and now it's Princess Tiana and the Princess
Oh,
and the
the
Frog.
frog.
or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, because basically they're like that song is from a racist movie, so let's put a black person in as the person of the ride, which it's kind of like insulting. I feel like
Well,
but
in Splash Mountain, like a lot of people would go to Disneyland specifically for Splash
well, it's
Mountain.
still the same ride though.
Yeah,
like
but
I'm not upset they changed it, but I feel like overcorrecting like that's like, hey, sorry, black people.
Did you know? Did
It's
you
like-
know that the first guy to ever ride Splash Mountain was he did it and he was like, it doesn't feel fast enough,
Mhm.
but Disney wanted a ride where they didn't have seatbelts
Yeah.
or anything, and so how they make Splash Mountain feel so much faster is that they actually have a fuck ton of fans that
Yeah.
blow right at you. That way, when you're going down,
Oh.
you have
That's smart,
wind
dude.
hitting you,
That's
and
smart.
it makes you feel like you're going faster.
The early Oh, dude. Speaking of like a
What are
a
you eating?
cool
What
water
are
ride,
those?
Jessica got into the Jurassic World ride, and then like realized after that it
Fuck.
was like a steep drop.
Is this a penguin?
What?
Mhm.
Is that a penguin?
This is a penguin. Yep, that's a penguin, dude. Yeah, bro. We don't got goldfish. We got cheese penguins.
Give me some more
They're
though.
made with real cheese.
Like we got goldfish at home.
They're made out of real cheese.
Yeah,
Man,
real cheese.
I'm
Not
lactose
some artificial
intolerant.
bullshit. This is RFK Jr. approved. Dude, so anyways, when we were at Universal though, she can't do scary rides at all. She doesn't like them. And
No, I have a traumatic brain injury. I've already died 17 times.
I wasn't going to go into detail why. I was just saying you didn't like them. Anyways,
Wait, she died 17 times?
yeah, from her car accident.
What?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Oh yeah, it was a bunch of times. They like had to revive her, keep reviving her and stuff. She was in a coma for like 27 days.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just thought that you were like sleeping for a really long time.
Yeah, that's pretty much what coma is, I think.
Were you guys together? You guys were together for that.
We like officially started dating the day of the accident.
The day?
Yeah, but we did the dirty the night before for the first time.
Oh, so you're like, it's okay. I can't put these on screen. That's a it's like sponsorship almost.
But yeah, no, bring them on out.
Bring
Let's go. Yo, we got them cheddar penguins.
The cheddar penguins.
If you're craving, get a cheddar penguin.
Dude, they're pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, zoom in.
I'm
Hold
not
them
fucking
up.
sharing.
Hold them up. Let Jessica zoom in on the cheddar penguin. Come on, Craven.
You guys here, hold on.
Hook us up. Yeah.
Let me-
Here, fumbling. Yeah, for all you motherfucking freaks
Cheddar
out
penguins.
there that like that MSNP or whatever.
This is a free sponsorship right
That's
here.
for you.
And it's
Cheddar
only,
penguins.
it's only
Get some
got,
at your local fucking grocery store.
It only has 130 calories.
Fred Meyer. They probably don't have Fred Meyer's. What did we have in Arizona? It was no. Oh fuck! It's gonna. Nope, it's gonna dry. You've never heard of it. It's something weird. It's like, hey, Google. What's her name? Shyla. Sorry. Google.
You've known her for like 6 months.
I know. It just was a lapse in judgment. Okay. Timmy still calls her. What's her name? Shayla. And I'm like, no, it's Shyla, dude.
He said Shiloh.
Or Shiloh sometimes. He goes back and forth. Google big grocery brand store in Tucson, Arizona, or grocery chain. It's something weird, dude. It's like Dan's or something. Fred's. Yeah, we don't got Fred and Maya's. We got Fred's. What?
Fuck, there's nothing.
Okay, we'll circle back. We'll put a pin in it. Oh shit! Yeah.
What's your phrase? What year was this?
Grocery stores in
No,
Tucson,
it's
Arizona.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fries.
Fries. Nope, that's not it.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it.
Lee International Supermarket, Bell Super, Trader Joe's, Safeway. They have a lot of Safeway and Albertsons. AJ's Fine Foods.
No. Can't remember what it's called.
Food City, Fries. Albertsons, Fries, and Food. Fries, Food.
I think the internet's lying.
What year was this? Because it might have closed down.
Oh.
Fries. It's the Whole Foods Market. Fries.
There's a store called. The
Maybe it is
Store.
Fries.
Sprouts Market, Albertsons, Safeway, Fries.
Uh,
Natural Grocers.
We'll have to ask Jeremy.
Grick.
Fries. It's Fries.
It's got to be fries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have been wrong. It doesn't happen very often.
Fries might have gotten.
It does not.
bought something out.
It does not
You
happen.
know what I hated about Arizona?
What?
The fucking plate spiders.
Yeah.
You ever seen one of those fuckers?
Probably. I hated the scorpions.
The glow in the dark ones?
Yeah, the ones
Those
that climb on
were
your walls.
fucking awesome.
No, dude, I woke up. I'm like, ooh, don't like them. Even though I'm a Scorpio, it's because I have a healthy respect for, I got scorpion blood. But I fucking woke up one night, and I had like lived in student housing, and I woke up and there was a scorpion like on my wall in my room,
You can see your phone.
and so I fucking I like looked up, I killed it, and then I looked up like what scorpions are poisonous, and it said most scorpions in Arizona are harmless, but the most poisonous scorpion in America, which won't kill you, is in Arizona, and you can tell it's this because it's the only one that can walk vertically up walls. And I'm like, motherfucker.
God damn it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, dude, so I slept on the couch. That's
so
the first time that I slept on the couch.
This is a plate spider.
Oh yeah, those are icky.
Yep, down in Arizona.
Yep, those are icky.
And or like
Ew.
these fuckers. That's a plate spider down
Yep.
in Arizona. And
Show the
plate
camera.
spider.
Plate spider.
And the fucking worst part about these spiders is like a normal spider will sit there and it's on a wall and it's like this.
Mm-hmm.
A plate spider is double jointed in its arms, so
Yeah.
they sit perfectly flat on the wall.
Yep.
And when you grab them, they're like this on the wall, and their arms can fully bend backwards over them
Yeah.
and grab onto you.
Yeah.
So I remember when I was like, this is like a core memory. I was like 4 years old, and I went to hit the light switch in our trailer because me and my mom and dad lived in a shitty little trailer.
Yeah.
And fun story, the people that lived in it before us actually killed his wife in the
Oh,
living
nice.
room, and the blood
Was
stain
there a
was there.
ghost?
No, but there was a blood stain on there.
Maybe, dude, maybe
and
part of
Dad
her spirit's living inside of you.
And Dad didn't want to clean it, so
Yeah.
he just threw a fucking carpet over it. And he called it a good day.
Or he probably
But-
did clean it. It's probably just stained though.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But I hit the light switch.
I'm surprised too. Tweakers, they're really good at cleaning.
And no, he wasn't. I got bit by a brown recluse spider because of him.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No.
When we were living in Arizona.
He never had any spiders attack me.
Okay, well, lucky you. When we lived in Arizona, we had we lived like our bed was cinder blocks and then a mattress in our trailer. That was our bed.
Yep.
And
That's a smart move.
Dad's job was to bring the hose in and wash the cinder blocks. That was his job.
Hey babe, you gotta get the cinder blocks clean.
So-
Get in here with the hose.
And so he didn't do it. And there was a brown recluse spider. Now, if you don't know what a brown recluse is, they're like one of the most dangerous spiders in the world.
Is it brown?
And we're not just saying that because it's brown.
No.
Jessica, I knew she was going there.
They're
I knew it. I
venom.
saw it on her face. She's like,
Is it brown because it's a Mexican?
They're venom.
no, they're from this area too. We have brown recluses here.
We do.
Yeah, they didn't immigrate here.
Their venom
They're natives.
It's acidic, so it burns your entire arm.
Yeah, Jessica's brother got bit by one in a crawl space.
Well,
He got like a quarter-sized hole in his hand for a little bit.
I had a scar on my armpit for the longest time because I
Yeah.
got bit right on my armpit.
Yeah.
And
You know, that's one crazy thing. Like as I've gotten older, some of my scars have disappeared.
really,
Yeah, like I can barely see them. They used to be really defined on my fair, soft skin, but now it's all like
like
one
this.
is not.
yeah, from your trach. Yeah, Jessica had
Because you gained weight.
Jessica had a trach, and when she was in that coma, and when she woke up, she like tried to rip the trach out. She did it right in front of me, and like I was so fucking scary, dude, because she like took it out, and as soon as she ripped it out, she couldn't breathe, and her eyes got all big, and she went like that, and they like fucking got her. They got her trached back up though. We're like, hey
Weirdest
Jessica,
feeling.
leave the fucking trach, dude. Tracheotomy. If you're not up to the street.
Weirdest feeling I've ever had. Two of them, and I know you know one of them. Being stabbed.
Yeah, well actually I didn't feel it at all.
The fuck? I guess I didn't feel one of them.
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
it was clean as fuck.
Really.
Yep.
Was it
That's
a
what
slash
the
or a
doctor stab, straight puncture wound, just in and out. And the doctor said the reason I didn't feel was because it was such a clean cut. She said that's what people will get stabbed and don't know and they bleed to death in like prison and stuff.
I knew it all the time.
Yeah,
I've been stabbed 3 times now.
yeah.
One was in my side. I was in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was my ex-girlfriend. Before we were dating, I invited her to a party, and she took too long to get there before we were dating. And I
So you stabbed her.
Well, and I was making out with a different chick
Oh,
when
yeah,
she
that-
got there. And so you've
You're
talked to her
You're
about
like, she
it.
had more time for me.
You talked to her about it. Remember?
No.
At Shelby's
Oh.
house.
Vaguely. Was I drunk?
Probably.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Those are the days.
But she stabbed me over that. And then the third time was my buddy Timmy. He got in a fight, and I was sitting there, and I was like,
Different Timmy.
different Timmy. He was in a fight, and I tried to like have his back, and he had a karambit in his hand, and somebody fucking hit him, and he fell backwards with a karambit, and like
Yeah.
instantly I went to catch him, and he fucking snagged my leg with a karambit all the way down. I had to go to Chevron. I sewed myself up.
And you didn't catch him, right?
No.
Yeah, so now he drives around. He's like, "Come on!"
Actually,
It is
my
that
buddy
pretty hard.
Timmy, he just lost his leg in a motorcycle accident.
Oh,
And-
dude, that's so fucking crazy. My buddy John just lost his leg in a motorcycle accident.
Really?
Yeah, like a month, like right around
Yeah, he lost his
Was
leg.
it-
Is that Chad's
Easter.
son
Who?
getting a motorcycle?
Chad. Like Heather and Chad?
Yeah, didn't
It's-
his son get in a
It's like Timmy
motorcycle?
Williams or something. Or
Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah.
here,
But anyways,
his post was all over
What,
Facebook.
how high was his right at the knee?
No, it was right below it. Right
yeah,
below
that was John was the same exact thing right below.
Mhm.
Honestly, though, that's like if you're gonna lose it, that's a good spot.
It is. That's what I told him.
Maddox's head wrestling coach Jose. He lost his leg in the same spot in a biking accident, and somebody hit him, and he has like a what do they call it? A robotic leg.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. He wrestles in the mat room. He's the head coach.
He's got one too.
He's
and
mobile as fuck with that thing.
he called me a couple days ago and he was like, dude, we got to go riding soon and like sometime. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm down. And I was like, why are you hitting me up to ride though?
Yeah.
And he was like, because you're the only one that I know will let me get back on a bike with after my accident.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because I know how it is to ride a bike. It's something that's it's like engraved in you. It's very freeing feeling.
Yeah.
And
John, like he tripped. He was at the Klein Falls, and he like tripped, and he was just about to get his prosthetic, and he like forgot that he didn't have a leg, and he went to go like put his leg down, and dude, he fucking broke his nub. So like he had to go through all the healing process again. He like fractured his tibia or whatever.
Dude.
Poor guy. But
I went to Klein Falls once and we were.
you went once? That's it.
I've been gone a lot.
Oh,
But
okay.
One time.
He's like, I've been there one time. Oh yeah, look at. Oh, my phone's up there. I'll show you after this.
Okay.
There's a video of me doing a gainer off that fucking rock. So stupid.
Steelhead?
No, Klein Falls.
At Klein Falls?
Yeah,
What rock? You mean
The one down
you
there.
mean Death Rock?
Yeah.
the one that nobody jumps off
Yeah.
of? Because it's a fucking. I've jumped off of
Yeah,
it.
he's like, you
you
gotta
remember the
land in a
tunnel?
little spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, right on the other side of the tunnel.
Oh, yeah, because the tunnel goes above the waterfall, down underneath the rock, and out.
I had 5 minutes. I had a buddy, Rennie Lopez, his girlfriend. They were floating down there drunk, and she went over the falls and died. Rest in peace, Brittany.
Fuck.
That was like fucking 20 years ago now.
I've
Holy shit.
gone in a tunnel. I've done the tunnel, and I
I've done
almost
the
died in
tunnel.
there. Well, because in the tunnel,
And everyone always
goes-
tells you someone's died in here.
I know.
I'm like,
Well-
why isn't their body in there anymore?
well, because when you go in the tunnel, it goes like down the waterfall, and then it like flans out a bit, and instead of it just like going out and then back up like that, there's like it goes down, up, and then down again a little bit.
I was
and
in
then it
better
goes
shape back then.
up.
Now I'd probably fucking do it and I get stuck like,
Yeah.
fuck, dude.
Well, I got stuck in the
Pull me out.
I got stuck in that little arc area right there.
Yeah.
And there was a little air pocket because it was right before the snow melted, so it was super low water. It wasn't high because the snow was still there. And I was fucking sitting there for like 10 minutes and I couldn't get out, and my buddies had to call the fire department. They thought I died in there, and I was like face up against the rock wall like this, just going. And I swear to God, it was the scariest fucking experience I've ever had in my life.
So, if I add your video, should I put it at the front or the back? I've done that recently. I've added videos, like little clips to the front and then one time to the back. Do you think it's better in the front or the back of the video?
Like the car video.
Yeah, the
that I
car.
got?
Yeah, I'm probably put it at the front.
I'd probably put it at the front, and then like caption it like Calloway stealing cars again. Or
No, I'm just
something.
gonna put it there, and people are gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Who the fuck is
Yeah,
this?
but then
You
it'll start out
gotta
with
do it
us.
right. You gotta do it right when the fucking tail is like this far from the
Yeah.
phone.
Well, I'm just gonna throw the whole. It's not a very long clip. How long is it? Like a minute?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a minute. But I would do like a little snippet of it, and not the whole thing. Like, don't post the whole video in as a minute long, but put in like this portion of it. I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah,
I edit
no,
videos all the
I
time.
just did it edit last night, and Jessica does not like it, but I messed up on one part. I like forgot when I because I have to when you do shorts, you have to switch back and forth between their
Yeah.
faces, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
hard to fucking hit it at the right exact time. But I'll figure it out. I'm getting better.
But-
I made PowerPoints in elementary school.
I made PowerPoints when I was in elementary school. This was
Is that one of those vatos?
dude. Yeah, he was whipping his Tesla.
He's like, "Come on over, white boy.
Look at
Let's
this fucking
greet
shit,
this
dude."
shit."
It was fucking great. No, I mean it was a really cool event. It was really fun,
Yeah.
and I liked it because
You should save up and start a Pete Ulam memorial race.
dude,
That'd be fun.
that would get every car community guy
Yeah.
out there to go race. It was
We're racing for pinks, I say.
it was so funny though.
Did anyone
'cause,
race for pinks?
No,
Damn,
nobody
I
did.
Fucking losers.
And there was some money being placed out.
Yeah, there
though.
was.
Oh yeah, there was some.
Any fights? Is it like
Dude,
TV where they like get in fights? They're like, "Fuck you, dude! I'm gonna kick your ass."
There was one scenario where I think there was a Z06 and I think he put like $200 up or something and he lost and he was like, my launch control doesn't work. My launch control doesn't work. And so they reran the race and they hit the same time. So they're just like, we're just going to keep our money. But that was about the closest thing there was. Our buddy Justin.
So much crazier on the show, Pinks.
Yeah. Our buddy
it's all
Justin.
dramatized.
Our buddy Justin did get mad at everybody and yelled at everybody because when I go to these car meets and car shows, everybody knows that I go right in the middle of the drift. I get as close as I can to the cars. People let me drive their cars.
We're going to get a call one day. It's just like, Calloway was ran over. And I'm going to be like, how?
How? But like, that's what I'm known for at these car meets is I can drive anybody's rig
press.
and I
got a press pass.
Yeah. And so fucking I was out there and I'm doing my thing and I'm like hopping in random people's cars and they're letting me drive them because they all know me because I have a huge social media platform and me just drifting. So a lot of people
How many
know
followers?
Me. I think I got like 1.2 million.
Really?
Yeah. On Snapchat.
Tag it.
On Snapchat. Yeah.
On Snapchat?
I can't have any more. It won't let me. I have to pay extra now.
To do what?
To be able to add more people on Snap because I can only have so many people on Snap. You're not allowed to have more than 5,000 people added on Snapchat, and I'm peaked out.
I don't even know. I never get on Snapchat. That's how old I am.
But
the only time I get on there is to talk to my cousin Forrest.
But
yeah, Forrest has got 25 buttholes. That's fucking his YouTube channel.
Oh,
it's fucking huge, dude. It's like 105,000 subscribers.
Holy shit!
Yeah, dude.
Fucking hell! But
25 buttholes.
Everybody at the car meet started roaming into the center because like they obviously see me and I know all the kids that are driving and drifting. I know how they all race, and so I know how to avoid them. And everybody starts like fucking swarming them.
Well,
like,
I'm just saying, Dale Earnhardt knew that he had to turn left, and look what happened to him.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I think where are we at?
1 minute.
1 minute.
Damn, you weren't recording that whole time?
What is it?
1 hour, 30 minutes, and 25 seconds.
All right. Yeah, I think that's good. You got any last words, anyone?
Good.
Shyla's actually awake this time.
I know, she did say awake.
She made it.
We have to go back to the shop and I have to fucking drive home.
Nice.
Yep,
that sounds fun. Where do you live, in Redmond or Ben?
We live in Sisters.
Oh, that's fun. At least there's no one out there.
Eh.
Yeah.
I almost hit a deer last night. But
Yeah, that happens. My brother, Jarrett was coming out here one time and he was late. And then he got out here and he giving him a hard time. I'm like, Jarrett, what the fuck? Why are you late? And everyone's all partying and shit. And he's like, I hit a baby deer and I had to go back and he was stuck on the road and he was still alive. And I had to carry him off the side of the road and I waited there till he died. And his mom was standing around. I'm like, oh my God. Sorry.
Dude, that's some PTSD.
Deer on the side of the road, just standing there.
Yeah.
As soon as he's lined up with my truck, the way I'm driving, he sees me, and right as I'm coming up to him, my headlights have been on this whole time. Then just decides to start running at my fucking truck.
The deer?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck this truck.
Deer are suicidal creatures sometimes. I swear.
They're all Japanese deer out here.
We had a buddy. we had a buddy that my mom sells.
Hey, it's been 70 years. We can laugh. Pearl Harbor's over. Rest in peace to the people in the harbor. But yeah, watch World War II in color. That you can see that shit fucking high def.
It's actual World War II.
Yeah, it's World War II footage in color.
Can you send me the
They
link?
got Pearl Harbor shit. They got fucking Adolf Hitler.
Can you send me the link?
It's on Netflix.
Dog.
You know on
I ain't
Netflix?
gonna remember that.
Dude, World War II.
Dude, you know how many concussions I got?
Just type in World War II and I bet it pops up. It's W.
Go on fucking Netflix.
We don't have fucking Netflix. I just said that.
We don't
What?
have Netflix anymore?
We haven't had Netflix for months, Calloway.
The fuck are we watching TV on?
Just wait. One day Netflix will pick us up and
Wait, what do I pay for?
Hulu and Peacock.
And Disney Plus.
You pay for Disney Plus and Peacock. It's not your.
Do you watch Ted?
It is
Do
my
you watch
Hulu.
Ted, the TV show?
Yeah, I do.
No.
Yeah.
It's your grandma's.
Doesn't mean I don't have to send her money for it.
That's fucked up.
Grandma's like,
Dude, my
hey,
grandma.
Calloway, I need some Hulu money.
Dude, no. Well, so she made the Hulu account, and the second I turned 18, she was like, you had to pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck, why? And she was like, you're the only one that uses it. She was like, nobody else uses Hulu.
She's like, I see all your booby shows on there. All right, we're going to end with that. Calloway, thanks for bringing Calloway over. I know you guys are all tired and greasy. Calloway, he's like, do you have a shirt for Shyla? And I'm like, sure. Like, I thought you something spilled on you. She was like wearing nothing when she got here. Just because, like, are you cold?
Dude, I was fucking the whole day at the strip. The whole day at the strip, I was like, I brought the hottest fucking chick here. Everybody else's chick looks like shit.
Now she's got now she's rocking the OSP
She's a
old school
plumber.
plumbing shirt.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we're getting out of here in 3, 2, 1.
Kids videotaping.
You could have just handed me my phone. Oh, you're such a bitch, Bogey.